the bathtub. I mean, I'm not really sure that's actually believable. Maybe like a lentil salad, basically like a sprouted mung bean salad cleaned out in the bathtub. Potentially, probably would be slightly more believable coming from your mouth. But collard greens, really? That's your thing? Allegedly. I don't believe you, but apparently neither does Judge Joe Brown. But either way, Judge Joe Brown goes off on Kamala Harris for lying about cleaning collard greens in the bathtub. She's really trying to relate, isn't she? I don't know a single person who has done that. But either way, this is a suggestion via Discord. Oh, no, and of course it's not on the screen. Of course it's not on the screen. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
How you feel about Kamala saying that she's
It's coming.
You seen that video?
Look here.
Here we go.
If you ask
Boom.
any black woman around here, in fact, my niece over there or her homegirl about that, they would look at you like you had lost your mind. You do not wash greens in somebody's bathtub. It's a dormitory bathtub, and just think about it. All those folk coming in there with skid marks in their panties and tighty whities, and you're gonna wash your greens where they wash their behinds. No how, no way. And then
Yes. No, you know what? As a matter of fact, hold on, guys. I still don't believe she's ever done such a thing ever in life, right? I think the first time she tasted it was probably, bro, when did she start saying she was black, bro? Like 2014 or something like that, guys. Right? Because to my knowledge, she has always been winning most accomplished, like South Asian or something like that, guys. But either way, do your thing. Right? I think you had collard greens for the first time in 2016. But all right.
the other thing is
Skid
they
marks.
smell when you get through cooking them. So you're going to do this in the dorm? And I mean, why do you need a bathtub? What are you supposed to be, the cook for the whole dorm or something? That's just beyond belief. That's that's just pandering. That's like carrying hot sauce in your purse. Like
Hillary Clinton.
I carry hot sauce in my purse. See, I identify.
Right.
Not about okay. That's on the lines of Tupac. You listening to Tupac smoking, and he's 11 years old. You know that's like, hey. But you know
The Charlemagne interview. Yeah. And to my knowledge, she's actually going back onto the Breakfast Club pretty soon, actually, to reach her biggest issue, basically black male voters.
what the deal is with that.
But guys, Charlemagne the God doesn't represent a single thing, right? I mean, yeah, he has a community, right? Sure, great, amazing. But for some reason, she's under the impression that that one specific person has the ability to sway the minds of people who have already resigned themselves, away from the Democrat Party. Like, bro, the Democrat Party really doesn't have anything for a straight man in general, right? So what are you trying to reach them for? But either way, do your thing, Kamala Harris. Live your best life.
There was an instruction that would be delivered to a jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you find that the witness has been less than truthful on one subject, you may infer that they have been untruthful on other subjects, and
Right.
that may tend to impeach their testimony relative to these other elements. Or if you consider the gravity of their misrepresentation of the facts, you may discredit everything that they have attempted to tell you, which is just what you say. You keep lying when we can check you. Are we supposed to believe you when it might be a little bit more difficult? No, you're a lying heifer, and you got yourself out there and
What
you
happened?
profiled and you tried to style, and it didn't work. We do not believe that you cooked up greens that you washed in somebody's funky bathtub that your mama would have jumped all over you about had you even thought about it, and everybody in the dorms would say,
Not her mother, though. Not her mother. But okay.
you funk this place up. So what are you trying to do? Because greens smell after a while. So what are you doing? Come on now. Maybe she's talking about one. I just thought of something.
Okay.
Maybe she's talking about one of those big galvanized tubs, So the colored folk are supposed to be squatted down in there with a bath brush, and trying to get the bath while they're doing it, and that's supposed to be the bathtub.
The
But I
colored
haven't seen
folks.
anything like that since I've been about 5 years old visiting some relatives out in the country. That's been 70 plus years ago.
I would have figured about 100, but either way.
So I know she's lying on that too. Like you said,
Me personally, right? I don't see how you can hear that as a black person and not feel insulted.
well, you said it. How you hear it without being insulted? It's like, come on now. What are you, a dog? Your tail wag? Do you get treats, greenies, kibble, bacon bits? Here, roll over. Let me scratch your tummy behind the ears, and you wag your tail and you can't really understand what's being said, but the dog whistles get blown. What's wrong? I mean, it strikes me that black folk need to stop acting so damn colored and Negro-ish. What is going on here?
Right.
Get some pride. You're being talked down to. You're being insulted. Somebody's sitting there, did you hear what I said about him?
Right.
Yeah, damn fool didn't even get it. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, bro, listen, like, when you turn like being black in America, right, into like a literal costume, yeah. I mean, that's exactly how, for some reason, Obama has been recently speaking about being black in America again, and along with Kamala. And to be honest, an overwhelming majority of the Democrat Party. It seems like being black is, in fact, a monolith. Everyone thinks exactly the same. Everyone's lived experiences are absolutely identical. You all went to the same colleges and high schools and everything. Every single thing about being black in America is identical to every single person. You can just basically copy and paste it in the minds of Kamala Harris along with Obama. Okay. They have turned being black into a literal costume that they can basically put on and take off whenever they desire. Okay. But either way,
Yeah. But how you feel about Trump appearance at the convention in Chicago? You seen that convention they had for black journalists?
He nailed it. He nailed it. And then remember
I
when
wouldn't go
the
that
idiot
far.
that was interviewing him, how can you call her a DEI hire?
Oh, well, she
Well,
is.
all over
She
X,
is. She
within
is.
a few hours, they were playing the old
Biden.
tapes of Biden saying, we have to be progressive and these things of diversity,
Right.
equity, and inclusion demand that I bring in somebody like Kamala Harris to be my vice president.
Right.
Hell, he said it.
Yes.
When
Yes.
he announced the order. So
Right.
what's wrong with him saying DEI?
Because unfortunately, the majority of the people who are actually taking offense to that are exclusively emotional beings. Like they care about how it's being said to them, right? The fact that they're bringing it up is what's insulting them. It's hurting their feelings rather than the actual facts of the matter is that Biden did in fact say that. He said that she's being hired exclusively because of what she is and what she looks like. Okay. What she can pass as, right? That's what she's being hired for. So the facts are this, and the fact is that it offended people's emotions, right? But all right,
How can you say that? And when he said the rest of it, he was square on point. He wasn't lying. And you look like a fool when you start trying to jump somebody because you go for your propaganda, but you're supposed to be what? A news reporter? And you don't have anything better than that in your knowledge of what's going on, and the facts are so, I guess they have little bird wings or butterfly wings, and they fly off, and you can't pluck them out of the air, so you look like a fool. Trump, I thought, handled himself pretty well in there. I liked it. I laughed. Yeah, it's like, big dummy, don't you realize you got embarrassed and you have no shame to realize it? It's crazy.
What you think about them giving Trump pushback for his comments? Him saying that, Kamala, she wasn't claiming her black side until a couple of years ago.
She wasn't.
Let's put it this way. I probably have more black credentials than anybody that was on that damn thing, and I'd do the same thing that Trump did. Like, wait a minute, man, this dude, this like whatever she is, she's sitting there claiming, I've been listening to her for 20-some years. I was in California. She was claiming fame to be an Indian. Now, all of a sudden, she's black. She ain't never been mentioning no Indian except get us some D from, I guess she was getting her DNA dose from Willie and Montel, but I mean, it is
Oh,
what it is. You
oh,
got to
oh, buddy.
get your flow
Relax.
going, but what are you? See,
So you knowing Kamala before people knew who she was, and you don't recall her ever pushing her black side ever.
no, what black side? I mean, what
Like
black
nobody
side?
said that until
And
like
I find it disingenuous. You
the
get all of these
2010s.
apologists who talking about, yeah, she has slaveholders in her background, but it was probably because one of her black ancestors, a woman, got raped. No, that is not what happened in this case. It is directly on the white side, coming straight down. And as her daddy says often, he's Irish and he is Indian. So where do you get it?
What they're getting it from is by, I guess, the Jamaican aspect of it. Like, if you've never been to Jamaica, just say that, right? Because there are people there who are all going to be classed as Jamaicans. And I can tell you this right now, once they step foot into the United States of America, you're not going to call them black. Okay. There are like Chinese Jamaicans, right? There are black Jamaicans, right? There are a lot of South Asian Jamaicans, a lot of them. Okay. But listen, whatever. And there are a lot of white Jamaicans. Okay. So it's like, bro, you can't just say she is this because she's Jamaican, bro. That's not a thing. Again, if you've never been to Jamaica, just say that instead, right? But either way.
Now, last I checked, I got the rule. You get somebody that's black and they're mixed with somebody French. Are they French or are they black? Black? Yeah. You get somebody black mixed with somebody from China. Are they Chinese? No, they're black. If you get somebody black mixed with somebody German, what do they call them in this country? Black. Okay? The white folk don't even say, oh, that's another German or that's another Irish person, They're black. Now, when the Indians call you Indian and have celebrating festivals saying the first one of us to become so-and-so,
Right.
that kind of makes the case right there. Because even then, they would be calling you, guess what, if you had that in you. They are not going to adopt you. Nobody wants to adopt us. Except this one new thing. There's a new ethnic group you can adopt. It's just instead of black, it's rainbow. But I mean, they're looking for new recruits.
Relax. Judge Joe Brown, relax. All right. You're coming in too hot right now, bro. You're coming in too hot. This may be too much. Okay. It's going to be honest. This may be too much. All right.
It's just instead of black, it's rainbow. But I mean, they're looking for new recruits. But yeah, I think that's the rule. So
no comment.
The thing that gets me is black, white, brown, red, yellow. It doesn't make any difference. Catholic, Episcopalian, Baptist, Methodist, Hindu, Buddhist, Islamic, Jewish, it doesn't make any difference. This woman has absolutely no connection with American history. People were accusing her of being an anchor baby. She is not an anchor baby. She is the new migrant herself. Now, there are stories around about whether she spent some time in America or whether she spent most of it in Canada. But I know the yearbook she put out says K through 12 up there. And irrespective of that, the bottom line is is she's part of the British Commonwealth because that's India, Pakistan, that is used to be Hong Kong, Singapore, it used to be Australia, New Zealand, Fiji Island stuff, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, you name it. You don't need an extra passport, you just go in there. So her connection is with the British Empire, the English Commonwealth, the UK, and she has no connection, no ancestors, not one of any race, any ethnicity with a connection to the United States of America. And I'm sorry, that's too much Anubi. You're just coming in and quiet as kept. You're not watching your step. You're trying to sneak. And that is not righteous to me. All of the black folk, brown folk, yellow folk, red folk, white folk that have died setting this country up to get where it is, for her to come in, sneak in and be, into the mix on a loophole and become chief executive of the United States just smells to high heavens to me. And what is the loophole? Well, technically, if you are born on American soil, and it appears she was in San Francisco, the Bay Area, whatever you may call it, and you live here 14 years, you're eligible to run for president. Now, that's all well and good, but it's not like her parents were trying to migrate here. They just had academic visas for a limited period of time. They were going to school in the Bay Area. This is 1964, 63, and she got conceived and she got dropped off and quickly taken away. Her sister was born in 1967. She was born in 1964. My ex-wife was born in the same hospital. My late former mother-in-law worked as a pediatrics nurse in that same hospital, and she just happened to be dropped off on a technicality. So now, years later, she's running for United States president. That is in the 235-year history of the United States of America, from the point where the Constitution was ratified in 1789 to now. That is the least connected any candidate has been with the United States of America when it comes to ancestors. And then we don't have her having won one single primary, not one. And we don't even have her selected at an open convention. What in the devil's going on? Something is not right about this picture.
Oh my God. Bro, I don't like every single time I encounter Judge Joe Brown speak. It's always absolutely intriguing, right? Because he seems to know so much about every single thing. Okay, I like this. He can dig back into history. He's excessively sharp. He's 70 plus and sharper than me. I feel like I'll never reach that level of sharpness. Okay, that's a shame. I would love to one day, right? But I also would not want to have so much useless information, though, right? Not saying what he's saying is useless, but I would say that knowing all this, crazy detail about Kamala Harris is pretty useless to my life, right? So that's what I would probably consider useless information, right? But he knows a lot. Like, he was there, or either that, or he has, for some reason, read up a lot on her. But like I said, I think every American probably should, specifically if you're going to be attempting to vote someone into office. I think it's important to know as much as humanly possible. But I think with Judge Joe Brown even speaking, I'm not sure how she can kind of come back from a lot of these accusations. Right. And he obviously understands the concept of being, liable, right, and slander, right? So the fact that he's a judge and saying these things, just take heed. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.
Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.